Welcome to the eruption. It's right over there. And I know, Ryan, it's been difficult to see the eruption on the webcams because of all the fog. Yesterday, I was wearing a gas mask here with almost no visibility. You had to fly all over to the crater to see it up close. But we got prime conditions now, and probably during our flight, it's going to get a little darker. We can see the whole lava field glowing. So I'm going to give you the takeoff button. You are cleared for takeoff, runway 257, and take it away. Tell you what, there's a drone in the air. I'm going to take control, and let's do a crash dive here. And if anybody's watching this from public safety, then things are getting a little bit out of hand. Now, nothing wrong with that. Some people are just gathering here on the old lava field. And, oh, sorry, I was facing the wrong direction here. Now, someone seemed to have found their way to the top of Little Schofield here. Let's buzz them. Oh man. Now, if we view the lava field from above, let's take down the lighting here a little bit. Isn't that better, Ryan?
Yeah. Wow, this is really nice.
It's super nice. Now, what we were witnessing yesterday was very similar to the May 29th eruption of last year. I'm going to move to where my internet is better. You probably don't notice it yet. But we had these breakouts along the lava fringe, especially yesterday. And like this one, they're just developing here. They're just developing here by the minute. This one is brand new. I'm going to take a closer look at this on the way back and go straight for the goods. And just tell me, Ryan, if the brightness, familiar pattern, the brightness is good. Familiar patterns all around. I'll switch here. So on NatureEye.com, I've had a lot of people, I've made a lot of people happy today and yesterday. Some of them flying with NatureEye for the first time. Some of them regulars when there's an eruption. Now, we have a new geological term, and so lava stream, lava river, but a couple from Colorado have just coined a new phrase, lava rapids. So these are lava rapids here. What do you think about that, Ryan? So, what we are showcasing here, I know, Ryan, you're all about just great views and all that. Why don't I just instruct you a little bit in how we're going to conduct this flight here. So what I mean is that we have right. So we're going to use a corner which is like 40 meters away, 40 meters above. There's radiation, thermal heating, and we don't want to get hit by flak. So I want to turn over to you, Ryan, so you can orbit around and kind of showcase. So what we're doing here, we're orbiting around the fringe here in front of you, and then we can loop around to the second crater later on the flight and sort of get in the action there. So do you have controls?
Okay. At this point, I think what I want to do is just have a few stationary shots, just watching.
All right.
Without moving the camera.
Let me line up a nice one for you then.
Yeah, okay.
Let's get out of the smoke a little bit here. Get the crater and the lava stream into the frame. Little signal glitch there. And fix the focus here. That's about right.
Perfect. So what I'll
I'm a
do
little
is
bit too high.
I'll take these 2 minutes here, this shot, put it up as a
All
video
right.
on the channel.
I'm just gonna fix the height a little bit. We're doing 60 meters. And there goes the cinematography drone. I got my eyes on it, so we're not in the way. We've got
So
ADS-B here, so we can see it. No, that's, wait. You can see me.
So you've been out here a whole bunch of times. What can you tell us about this specific cone? Is this the largest one? And how much volumes actually do you think is actually coming out of this one at the moment?
Well, I haven't checked or had even time to check those statistics, volume and such. So we we had an evacuation in Grindavik 1 a.m. on the 16th, and just about between 2 a.m. and 3, we had some distance from here. We had a segment about 2 kilometers long. It was very powerful, oozing lava high into the sky, and another vent, which was, really loud, really powerful, with white steam that turned into blue and gray ash, and opened up another segment on the day after, or actually technically later. And this is another segment. So on the second day, around noon, there was a second fissure opened. This is the one that opened then. So pretty similar to the May 29th eruption, uh, it consolidates into one, or in this case, one large and one smaller crater. So at this stage, uh, we could see this crater just keep simmering on, like sort of happened on the May 29th eruption, where it was almost a month, or uh, similar to what happened on December 10th, the end of the last large eruption, not including the April Fool's one on the April 1st. Then that crater just kept simmering on from about the 2nd or 3rd of December until December 10th. It was declared dead. So is this going to simmer on for a few days or a week, or is it going to continue for longer? Now, the lava stream coming from it and the other crater seems stable. If there are a lot of breakouts along the lava fringes, and this glowing lava pool here extends all the way to Fagradalsfjall mountain, very close to where we took off, where the tourists are gathering. Now, there is a way to get here with a volcano shuttle from Icelandia. They only started operating a few days ago. I highly recommend it. And it leaves from car park P1, drives in a big vehicle. People are also walking here. And I suggest if they do, they by by all means don't walk on the new lava field. Just stay here where you see the weather station, the tethered drone blinking here above. Don't go any further than that, and just enjoy the view from here. These trips you can book on the internet. There are a few trips every day, and I am publishing that because it's courtesy of them that we have this new road and are able to get here. So yeah, it's a beautiful eruption, Ryan. What do you think?
Well, it is pretty cool. And it's nice that it's so close to the parking lot. So that maximizes time in the air, nice and close to the vents. So I'm sure you like that as well.
Well, I haven't shown you the location yet. I did a stream here with our friend Sean the other day. It's actually it's here on the east side of the northern end of the lava field. We are looking here when we start moving again. I'll show you the perspective. We can see from here the main crater from the August 23rd eruption, which is the northernmost one in the crater row on this fissure. And behind you, sort of now, or to the left of where I'm standing, is that Skeletor's Castle, the last crater from the northernmost crater of the three main ones from the November 21st to December 10th eruption. So this is situated from where from my perspective, sort of between the two, and somewhat more easterly. So it's a very convenient location for everyone who wants to see the eruption. It's not doing any harm here. It's only flowing here to the east and north towards Fagradalsfjall. So it's not threatening any infrastructure. Just a beautiful eruption. And but like you said, unlike many other eruptions, for people have a chance to see it from about a kilometer away or so. So yeah, quite excellent.
Cool. Can we get another angle now? Feel free to fly it to another cool part.
Yeah, sure. Let's do that now. So just for some perspective, you can see these beautiful colors here, the different layers. The August 23rd lava field, the November 21st lava field that's somewhat darker, and that crater here in the middle, that is the December 10th crater. I call it the December 10th crater because it was the last crater to die down from the last eruption here. Now, we are very close. Get a little better signal here. I don't want to go too high though. Maybe just have a little signal loss while popping over here to the other side. Right in a second. Right, like right now. So there's a second crater here, and it's smaller, but the volume coming from it down that lava rapid. Oh, there's a new breakout here going to the left. Let's go there. Let's just get a little better signal here.
The video is recording on the camera, right?
No, not yet. We could start recording now if you want. All right, that's a good start. We have good signal here, not obscured by the smoke.
So this is
So again, that
vent number two,
new term has been coined, lava rapids, and the stream is just beautiful.
How about pause it right there? Show this with the river. Now this is the second vent. Obviously, it looks like the smaller one. And
It's somewhat smaller.
And this one's part of the second rift that opened up, right?
These are both part of the second rift that opened up. That was around lunchtime on, well, I said second day of the eruption. It's actually the first day of the eruption because it started just after midnight, so around noon. Take the EV down a little more here. Try and get a perfect lighting on this one. So just over 24 hours ago, this what is now two craters was around 8 to 10 craters, a big one, a few smaller ones. These are the ones that, well, these fissures or segments, they have been following the same pattern. They consolidate typically into one, two, or perhaps three main craters. But they have been going on steady, and yesterday evening, or around midnight, they even looked like they were becoming more powerful. You can really hear the noise from where I'm standing, and sometimes it's really thundering, the sound from them. So being here in person, you kind of measure its power by the thunderous sound coming from it. It seems to magnify. It oscillates somewhat, but now it's throwing lava high into the sky.
Yeah, I just saw a piece of the wall cave in there. That's pretty neat.
I'm gonna move a little bit because we are getting a little bit of a signal disturbance from the smoke.
And the flow is still generally heading in the east direction. Is that correct?
That is correct. Let me just show you here. So when it gets a little darker, of course, this time of year, it doesn't really get dark per se, but you can see already when it gets a little darker. Oof. Uh, Sorry about that. You really have to find a good spot here for a good signal. I'm gonna try and just switch here to dual band. I think that's a good choice right now. So this is a new breakout here. So this is how it happens. It finds its way down here. And just in the last few minutes, you have a brand new lava torrent finding its way, following the elevation maps, elevation lines on the map.
Can we pause the camera at that breakout and capture the entirety of it for about a minute?
We could do that if we had already returned home to fetch a new battery.
Ah, yes, okay. What's the distance back to you?
It's about 1.8 kilometers here on the near side. We're gonna have to stay on the near side if we're gonna get a good signal in these conditions. That's basically because of the wind direction and where the smoke is going. So just to show you the magnitude or the extent of this lava field, this whole area is glowing. The drone in the air here, I see it, and I also see it on the camera. I'm gonna hold and then find our way home while trying to keep the lava field here in view. So all the way to the root of Fagradalsfjall mountain, this lava field is just awesome.
Yeah, I was reading that the area of the lava flow is 2.3 square kilometers. I'm sure it's growing even further since that last measurement was taken. Can you smell the Vog from where you are? Is it heading in your direction, or are you fine?
Today feels, like the air is pure and clean, like up in the Himalayas. Yesterday was all smog and fog, and you could hardly see more than 50 to 100 meters at times.
Wow.
And I was wearing a gas mask most of the time, except when I was doing my private guided flights for NatureEye.
Grindavik is upwind from the Vog yesterday. Is that correct?
Grindavík has been the best place to be in smog-wise, especially down by the sea. Of course, you have the sea breeze, and the situation with the smog seems to have been worse everywhere else, even in the north and east of Iceland. So wind conditions were ideal for smog. So the situation in Grindavik is just fine. There's no real smog issue. So if you want to try this on your own, go to natureeye.com and book your own flight, either here or somewhere in a national park with wildlife, Tonga, Pacific, multiple exotic locations where you can fly a drone, take pictures, and share with your friends. You can invite someone on the flight. You can be in another location, anywhere on the planet, as long as you've got a computer and decent internet.
I have a question for our members. If any of you would be interested in flying the drone during one of these live streams, my hands are a bit tied, pressing mute and unmute at the mic and making sure that the live stream's going. So that's why you don't see me controlling the drone as much. So if any of you might be interested in doing that, let me know, and you can be invited as a person that can have a conversation with us, fly the drone, and again, no cost to you. That's, I guess, one of the perks of being a member of Afar TV.
Well, I'm not sure I got all that. We're just gonna have to go over that after the stream. Basically, what you can do when you're on a flight is stream it from anywhere to your computer and control the drone. That's one. All right, I'm gonna just try it up again.
Reminder to turn on the video again, if you can, please, Johan.
Oh, I already did. Sorry.
Okay, it's
You don't have
recording.
video streaming?
No, I mean recording for later, because I'll grab the video.
Sure, let's do that.
Okay, thanks.
I can hear you hammering your mechanical keyboard there, Ryan.
Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna head to the lava's edge here.
Okay.
It's looking real awesome today.
Yeah.
Again, take down the light here a little bit and try and get it picture perfect. So let's try and get as close as we can.
Okay, so last time we got video of the smaller cone, and this one we didn't. I was wondering if we can maybe get a couple minutes of this big one with the river. That would be awesome.
So yeah, let's line up here. Try and get a little bit out of the smoke. Oops, sorry about that.
In terms of the viscosity of the lava, in your opinion, same as all previous eruptions? Not thicker or thinner?
Very similar to the one. Whoa. I don't know what happened now. Oh, I got a connection again. All right. Gonna have to back out a little bit. I think it's very similar to the one that was on November 21st to December 10. And it's in a similar location, somewhat more to the north. But yeah, the viscosity of the lava, the way it behaves. Remember those two glowing eyes in the dark from the December 10th crater? A little bit of a replay of that, both the crater itself and the lava stream coming from it. So theories are: is this the last eruption uh, in this fissure? Sundhnúkur, is it going to go and migrate to the next one, to the west or east? Now, it's a little bit, all bets are off, because in the April 1st eruption, uh, the magma was actually trying to break out here in this area. I was here, and a lot of drone pilots and experts, and you could see not just white outgassing, but really sulfur yellow outgassing, not just from the fissure, but from this entire area. So it didn't manage to break out here last time, and it just ended up lengthening the magma chamber, the lava tube under the fissure from 11 to 20 kilometers, if I remember correctly, towards Reykjanes Road, towards Vogar. So the measurement of land rise is a little bit different now. I mean, before this eruption, it had for some time already reached the level it had before the April 1st one. But when I say all bets are off, I mean we can't really measure this in the same way as before. Now, after the magma chamber has lengthened from 11 to 20 kilometers. Um, Now, is it going to keep erupting and the eruptions are going to sort of migrate here along the fissure to the north? Uh, no, I showed you actually the crater from December 10th. But for some perspective, let's get out of the smoke at the same time. We have here in the background the crater from August 23rd. That will be right there, somewhat in the distance behind. So it's a beautiful crater. We have often flown there on streams and during my private flights and education flights and group flights. That's the northernmost crater in this fissure from August 23rd. That was a really short and powerful eruption. And so this is not the northerlymost crater in the series of eruptions. It's somewhat to the south of that one.
Yeah, that angle you were just on is the angle from Thorbjorn, I see, because the webcam is showing the
Yeah,
same
exactly,
side.
exactly. Now, when I fly from Arnasetur, or Eagle's Nest, then that crater from August 23rd is almost 4.5 kilometers away from takeoff. So it's easier to reach from here. And I am now, or the drone is now 1.6 kilometers from where I took off. So this is a very good spot to explore this north and northeasterly part of the eruption. I mean, of this series of lava fields from the last 18 months. And it's really revealing to see here the color difference. You have the somewhat more light gray lava from August 23rd, the darker lava from the November-December eruption, and of course there you can see on the left side of the screen the lava, which I believe is from the eruptions around 2,300 years ago, which are overgrown with moss. So you have this sort of layer cake texture of all these different lava fields. And as many people know, every lava field pretty much has its own character. They all look different. These are all, of course, coming from the same fissure. So they're all quite similar here. I don't know if you can hear on my mic the thunder from. Perhaps if I take my pilot scarf off, which I normally use to kill off the wind from the mic, you can maybe hear a little bit.
I can't.
So let's go on the hunt for some
I don't think I can hear
nice textures and breakouts
the
here.
eruption.
Truly amazing. Yesterday,
One shot, Johanna,
there was a
would be
lot of
cool to
breakouts
get
here from the fringes.
is
And you
a
see the one that are brightest here? This one is brand new.
yeah. Yeah,
So
one
this one
shot.
is definitely going to go. That slab here is only going to break up and go downhill. You can just be here for hours and watch this evolve.
Yeah. Can you hear me okay, Johan?
More new ones. So I've extended my availability into the night, so you can book a flight on NatureEye.com. Maybe already fully booked because I'm not staying longer until 3 a.m. Whoa, get a little higher here.
Johan, can we get another stationary clip for about 2 minutes showing this lava field, and maybe a shot like this, maybe where we get lava covering the entire frame?
Yeah, no, I'm just trying to. The lighting conditions are somewhat strange. So,
They look pretty awesome to me.
yeah, they do. It's just I've been able to get them sort of crispy clear. Maybe my vision sensor in the drone is taking some flack, literally, from the craters in the form of electromagnetic pulses. And drone's definitely going to check up after the eruption, as always.
It's pretty flat here. It's really spread out, the lava.
You mostly only see it now when it gets a little darker. When I was here just a couple of hours ago, you would really only see the really bright patches and lava flowing along the craters. I mean, from the craters and along those lava rapids, the new word. But this, what looks like some sort of city view at night, you can only get when it gets a little darker. Now, when you watch this for a long time, all these slabs are basically going to break up, solidify. Now, when you get to the fringe here, the effect is somewhat diminished. It can be really dangerous to be anywhere near these fringes because under this couple of meters of solidified lava is just simmering 1200 degrees basalt. And just in an instant, one of these simmering pools can just break out for a couple of 100 meters, 20 seconds. So,
Right now you're panning east, right?
moving along here, we can get the perspective on where we are. There's moss fires along the edges. Fagradalsfjall mountain here. Lighting conditions are just changing very dynamically here, very fast. So here's what I mean. We're far away from any significant lava flows. And in places where the new lava field meets the lava field from August 23rd or November 21st, Lava is finding its way into older channels, even penetrating and breaking out from under those patches of lava. Perfect example here. So by all means, do not hack onto this lava field.
Oh, it's made its way all the way to the hill. Mm-hmm. Oh wow. Wow. So they are.
But here is sort of where it comes. And obviously it cannot flow upwards. So it needs to pile up quite high for there to be another breakout.
Where are we right now? Are we on the east or west side?
Well, if you're flying NatureEye like you now, Ryan, you can go to your mini map in the corner. You can expand the mini map. You can there zoom in, zoom out. You can
Yes. I
see
forgot
here,
about that feature.
and you make it really easy to fly. Even Ryan can do it.
Yeah, even me.
Just kidding. So point being, just besides playing a joke on Ryan, is that you don't need any expertise with flying a drone or flying in general or working a camera. You're basically just telling the drone what to do, and it'll just do it for you. Just press forward to go forward, plus to zoom the camera, minus to zoom out. Hit spacebar to take a photo, and it's a lot of fun.
Yes, it is.
So that's the situation here today.
Okay,
Here we have little.
So we are seeing the flow uh, heading west then, right to where you're
That's a good
parked.
question. That's a good question. Now, I mentioned how there's a depression here, and the lava has basically filled up this sort of pool. Cool. It's cool. So it's uphill from here. Point is, it's not going to flow upwards, and it would need to and pile up significantly. For example, if it was going to flow down here. Obviously, public safety here in Iceland knows this and knows what it's doing. So if that was a risk, then people wouldn't be allowed to be here. Now, you saw on the other side, when we were on the other side of the smaller crater, that there are still breakouts going down there. They will flow to the north. And if they are significant, then the lava field will expand significantly towards the north. Now, as have been talked about and we have discussed earlier, now if there is a significant eruption if the fissure extends to the north, then of course it's downhill to Vogar, which for those not in the know is a village on the coast, pretty much this direction. Now there is a great sort of depression. You can hardly call it a valley. There's like a great bowl in the landscape that would need to fill up for there to be any risk to Vogar. That could happen, but it would require a sizable eruption with a very significant amount of magma coming out. So it's an absolutely beautiful day to be here and view the eruption.
Looks like the wind's blowing north. Is that correct?
Well, it's a little bit, seems from here, there's a sort of southwesterly wind blowing to the northeast. That's correct. Like east northeast.
And from yesterday, did you notice
yeah,
the volume of the lava coming out of those cones has dropped, or is it still about the same?
it's about, well, it's stable. I would say middle of yesterday, it was somewhat similar. It seemed to increase somewhat last night and maybe into a little bit after midnight. I was here until 3 a.m. and so it looked like it could even intensify and increase, but it seems to be, if not stable, maybe oscillating somewhat, but yeah, rather stable. Well, you can always look at, the height of the lava splashes, or what I tend to look at is the lava flow in those streams of lava coming from the craters. They're still significant, and they don't seem to be diminishing
Yeah,
at this time.
maybe we'll see an eruption that lasts a month or so.
Yeah, it kind of looks like the May 29th eruption in this regard.
What's your guess on how high you think the larger cone is right now? How high it's grown?
It's gone up to 40, 50 meters. Yeah, and the highest lava splashes, like they seem to be intensifying somewhat right now. Let's here in the end try and just get a little perspective on that with zoom. They're growing louder at the moment, is what I'm hearing. A little bit more sort of thundery. Ooh, trying to get a focus on that. But the thing is, it kind of sometimes looks like that when it gets darker, because you can see them better. So I tend to judge it from the thunderous roar from the eruption, and the extent of those lava rapids is the new word. All right, I'm gonna break out the landing pad here. And set it down.
Right on.
I just really like landing on the company logo.
Yeah, it's good branding placement.
Yeah, it is. All right, so thanks a lot, Ryan.
Yeah, thanks you too.
Gonna have to take a little pause
Mm-hmm.
and prepare for my next private flight.
Yeah.
So thank you, Ryan.
Yeah.
Thanks everyone,
Thanks,
and
everyone.
see you on a NatureEye flight.